Skizzer and Zapdos lining up in first match.
The transition's coming out. Oh, we're in gang. Oh my! We're changing the teams. Don't worry.
we got it.
Oh, we can't change the teams. Okay, he can't change the teams. Alright, so we'll be seeing a U-turn out of the Zapdos straight onto the Chansey. So it looks like we are going to be seeing the Mamoswine come in. Looks like they're probably going to just exchange rocks in this upcoming turn, unless Trade decides to potentially throw off a toxic and apply pressure to this Mamoswine.
Yeah, and this is exactly the start, as you said. Still for rocks and rocks again.
Yeah, so just...
hazard.
Yeah, you want to be able to get those entry hazards up ASAP, because every single time you're going to be switching into another Pokemon, you will most likely be taking damage considering Stealth Rocks are on the field. Earthquake does come out, going to be chipping 47%, seeing a Soft Foiled come out from the Chansey. Trey would probably be able to figure out if that's a Jolly or an Adamant Mamoswine based off of that damage, potentially giving him some information coming up later on in this match.
Yeah, we'll see. There's another switch out. Skizzer shall be the answer right now to Chansey.
Yeah, we do see another soft build there. I guess the whole plan there is that basically anytime Mamoswine hits, it will be using his... It will be taking a bit of chip from the Life Orb, but Chansey will just be able to heal it off in the end, so it's not a big deal on the Chansey side. The Mamoswine's still going to be getting chipped down, as we do see a U-turn from the Scizor. Going to be seeing what he does decide to pivot into. Most likely, we're going to be seeing the Tyranitar come out. I don't really think you can go into Zapdos freely because you do not want to get that thing poisoned, as we do see the T-Tar come out.
Yeah, as you said, the T-Tar is there. Doesn't get bothered much by the rocks as well. Only doing 12%.
Yeah, one thing to point out about T-Tar is probably this is most likely a banded T-Tar. Ooh, with the crit coming down.
The crit!
Oh, that's actually horrible. That's horrible.
Yes, but Chansey still is there with 4% health, but yes. The Stone Edge didn't miss there. So Chansey is
That's so
done.
lame. I hate that. That is so lame. Yes, Stone Edge does have a high critical hit ratio, but still, anytime you do get hit by a crit, it's gonna suck regardless.
Always. Now, the Stone Edge comes with a little bit of a price edge to this because its accuracy is not the highest one.
Yeah, so it does have a bit of a compensation buff in that regard, but it is a 100 base power move. If the Chansey did manage to get the Toxic off without the crit, Trey would be in a much better position there. But we do see a U-turn coming out from the Scizor into the Tyranitar Zone, probably just going to be able to fire off a Stone Edge this turn, as not really anything from Envy's team really appreciates Stone Edge.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm pretty sure. Okay, he stays in with a Roost. Let me see a Crunch.
That's a pretty solid play.
Yeah, pretty good choose there. Doesn't go for the risky, maybe miss hit with the Stone Edge or anything. Does a good amount of damage.
Yeah, because he knows what the T-Tar is now locked into, so he can be able to pivot around this accordingly. So we do see the Tangrowth come in, and we taken 50%. Wow, that did quite a bit. So that probably does reveal it being an Assault versus Tangrowth, considering it did take quite a bit on the physical side. And generally, Tangrowth would be able to eat that up if it wasn't for the Assault Vents, and it did decide to go for a physically defensive build. T-Tar wouldn't be as much of a problem, but looks like he just wants to stack the Tangrowth of his own, and probably just going to be able to bring in his Mamoswine, if anything. Oh, we are actually going to see the
Okay. Maybe trying to get a good hit out with a U-turn there, especially being it's super effective against the Dark type of the T-Tar.
Yeah, it's just a momentum move as well, so if the T-Tar does decide to stay in, it's most likely going to go down. If he does switch out, he will be able to obviously bring in something that would be able to apply a bit of pressure to whatever that does decide to come in. We are going to just see the raw U-turn as the T-Tar does go down.
Yes, alright. So we got two new Pokemons on both sides. We see the Mamoswine on Envy's side.
All right.
And what will Trade bring in?
So Mamoswine on the field, I can only think of one thing that he can really go into, which will be the Scizor. Is going to take that Rocks chip there, but I think you value your Mamoswine enough not to be able to stay in. I don't really think you'd ever risk the Bullet Punch here. Mamoswine should always be going out and just a free U-turn from the Scizor.
Yeah, probably. Will we see a bullet punch? And that bullet punch did completely dealt with the Mammal Swine there.
Bit of an interesting play considering he's lost the one form of his priority to be able to deal with that Diggersby that is in the back. Zapdos does come out, we'll be taking that 25% from Brox, but knowing that Scizor is locked in the bullet punch should really be able to roost his tongue.
Yes, and with probably Heat Wave on the set, it's a pretty big threat, so you gotta switch out.
Yeah, the aggressive play going into the Diggersby, now he's just going to be able to fire off most likely a Choice Banded hit, which will obviously be able to do quite a bit of damage to whatever does decide to come in there. But Zapdos will be able to take 35% away.
Wow, that's less than I expected.
Yeah, I guess it might not be minimum happiness.
Yeah, actually, he's threatening to good.
I don't think it has like 0 happiness. That's why that frustration didn't do as much. But oh my!
Alright, it's still enough to one-shot that Scizor. Not Scizor. Sorry.
Wait, what?
But why was
it? Wait. Oh wait, this thing's
scarfed. It's scarfed. Holy shit! Ho! Alright, that's something.
That's so stupid. Oh my god, well...
But it worked out pretty well dealing with that Alakazam, though.
That was... I guess clicking Frustration as well is a really good bluff. Actually, now that I think about it, that was like an insanely good bluff, because it would make you think, oh, this thing's probably Choice Banded, but it doesn't have... doesn't have the required minimum happiness that it does have, but little did he know, it's actually just Scoff the whole time, potentially being able to just pick up that KO for him. T-Tar does come out into the Zapdos as the discharge does get laid down. A little bit of chip coming down, plus the poison will eventually rack up. As Zapdos most likely needs to come out because T-Tar is probably going to throw off a Stone Edge.
Most likely. And this is a big threat to that Zapdos. We'll see a U-turn there. And with a bad poison staying in, it should be dealing with the T-Tar.
Ooh, Diggersby's a pretty decent play there, as he will just be able to sack it, and the T-Tar will now be able to die to the poison.
Yep.
So, from this position, it's pretty much just how do you deal with the Scizor and the Zapdos?
Yeah, only things left. Another question, what do you bring in? I mean, both having U-turns, they'll be able to put out, and we see the Zapdos against the Zapdos, alright.
Sorox being up on both sides is also a bit deadly, as whoever wins this, I mean, if Trey wins the speed tie, that Zap is just completely gone from the game. As we do just see the Roost instead, as we see a discharge get laid down onto the opposing Zapdos. I'm not too sure how this mirror match will turn out in the end, though, but I guess it could just be a bit of a pressure war, potentially. Yeah, Roost does come out again. Oh, just double Roost there.
Roost.
Kind of a risk of that shit, but Trey has lost both speed ties, potentially indicating that MB does have a bit more speed investment on his Zapdos, or they could just be a coin flip every single time. Discharge just gets laid down from both sides, as the Sandstorm does decide to leave the field for today. Turn 23, just going to be laying down those discharges.
Yeah. Well, we've seen probably some Roost there. Then they're switching with the discharges. And now we see a switch. Okay.
So Tangrowth does come out. That is a physically defensive Tangrowth. So this could, I mean, I think he's just going to be able to scout for the Heat Wave or the HPIs here, because if this Zapdos has Heat Wave, a bit problematic, as he does just go for the discharge again. Ooh,
so
with the Leech Seed.
It looks like there isn't a Heat Wave.
Yeah, it can't be Heat Wave because it does have U-turn. Yeah, it can't be Heat Wave. Yeah, I just realized. I forgot this thing had U-turn. What's this does coming again?
Scizor?
Yeah, Carly, I just realized.
Oh! Hidden power. Oh, it's hidden power fire!
Damn, I guess that makes sense, considering if you are physically defensive Tangrowth, up against like something like a Sizzle, you kind of eat one of its hits, and if it does decide to stay in, you can't just completely obliterate it with that HP file, obviously showing why it is a pretty decent tech, and now the game just seems like a bit of a wrap.
Yeah, the matchup is pretty clear. Definitely a good up there for trade.
Paralyze doesn't really mean anything at this point, as the leech seed has been laid down on that Zapdos. Now that since Zapdos kind of switch out, the leech seed is going to be up for the rest of the game, and he can pretty much just double around his Mons and PP stall. He does decide to. Critical hit does get...
Crit with a knockoff, knocking off the leftovers. And we'll probably see just the last call to there.
I just want to say quickly, Belminox, if you can hear me right now, your permanent